When you go to the gym, you get instructions over there concerning the weights you're able to lift in your condition. If you arrive there with very weak and thin muscles, they will never allow you to lift heavy weights because they can say no. If you do this, you'll harm yourself. You'll harm yourself and you'll end up in a hospital and we can be sued. So if you don't have big muscles yet, don't even look at those heavy weights. They're not for you. Now, if you enter the gym and you have very big muscles, those muscles feel like a rock. So heavy those muscles are, the moment you enter like that, it will tell you, sir, which of these heavy weights do you want to lift? They wouldn't even consider giving you a tiny weight, because for them to redirect you to a tiny weight, it would be considered an insult to you. Why? Because you have such huge muscles. Look at it this way. When you walk by faith, it's the same as going to the gym. If you're born again just a few days ago, you're a babe in Christ. So people can see you're a babe in Christ. So they can see that you don't know anything yet. You're not very different from them because you're not even renewed in your mind. So they won't even bother with you that much. The moment you're born again and you begin to walk in the power, now people will become annoyed because now you're affecting their daily lives. Now you're disrupting their patterns. So now you will face attacks. Now you will face assaults. And if you pass through all of that, you cross the Red Sea, and now you're like this thunder in the faith that anywhere you go, there's a shock. Oh Lord, they'll have meetings about you. They'll form conspiracies against you. Now they'll come with extra attacks against you. Why? Because you have such a huge leverage that if you want, you can shut them down. And there's nothing they can do about it. If you were a babe in Christ that attends church, they wouldn't bother with you, they wouldn't even consider you. But the moment you are moving mountains, they'll bring the whole arsenal against you. They'll bring little military captains against you. Yes, they will. See it like this. You go to the gym. Someone enters there, skinny. You can see his bones. I mean his ribs, you can see them. Nobody's going to challenge the guy to lift a heavy weight, because for them to do that, it would be obvious abuse and it will backfire. But if someone comes in, big muscles, they may even throw some of the heavy weights to him just to try him out. That's how it is with the believer. When you're just recently born again and you're not different you're nothing different from a churchgoer, who cares about you? Begin to move mountains. Begin to shut down evil around you. Begin to operate in your leverage and see the wolves in sheep's clothing manifesting themselves. See the Uncle Toms and the Coons manifesting themselves. See all the violence emerging against you. Some of you believers, you're going to face a lot of violence due to the leverage you walk in. You face the violence because you walk in your leverage. Don't be afraid and don't be dismayed. Keep walking by faith. Christ never said it will be easy. He said it will be worth it. Well, that's it for now. Keep agreeing with Christ and be at peace.